Welcome to the highly anticipated second season of Caribbean Medical TV, the first and only medical TV series that showcases the Caribbean and the emerging issues on all health and wellness forums in our region. Like season one, the voices of our very own citizens, our local and regional doctors and medical experts forged the basis of the show. This season, we take the first groundbreaking original show even further. This series aims to empower our people with knowledge, from ways of detecting to ways of healing ourselves, protecting citizens with chronic diseases from COVID-19, while showing how they can manage their conditions effectively and safely receive needed health care while preserving what constitutes the very core of our Caribbean culture, its predilection for flavor, spirit, and rhythm. This is truly a holistic wellness agenda for our Caribbean people.
Six minutes on to the 7 o'clock. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing this morning? How are we? Sound like a Chinese phone company, eh? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, the 18th, actually, the 18th of April. All right, and it's that time again for Good Morning Grenada for yet another day, the interactive segment. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. Those of you who are just joining us, welcome on board. Yeah, hope you had a restful night. Those of you who had the luxury of rest. And I hope that you are well. All right, good morning to you, Mary Ebanks. Also, Theresa Mitchell, good morning. Veronica Sandy says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, GBN. Good morning, Innocent. And everyone, Lydia Cameron, good morning, Innocent. Thank you for the excellent job that you are doing. Have a blessed day, everyone, on my beautiful island. Thank you for the compliment. Donalyn Dominic, good morning from the BVI. Wow, good morning. How do you do? Hope all is well. And even if all is not well, you're still not doing too bad once you've got the breath of life, yeah? Nice. So let's see what's popping this morning. Let's get into the meat of the matter. The word of the day today. It is a noun. And that word today is hackles. 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 It is a noun. And what it really means, hackles are hairs along the neck and back of an animal, especially a dog, that are capable of being raised to a stiff, upright position, as when a dog is frightened or angry. Yeah? The plural noun hackles is often used figuratively with raise or rise to describe a person's response to something that causes anger or annoyance. Thus, hackles can also mean temper or dander, as in don't get your temper or dander up. Alright, and how can we use this word in a sentence? A number of issues discussed in the political debate raised some hackles among members of the opposing party. Yeah, some issues that were discussed make the hairs on the neck, the back of the neck raise. The anger rose. Yeah, good morning. Good morning to all the politicians of the nation, man. Grenada is such a wonderful place, laced with humor. Yeah, we don't take on anything. We smile and nod. 23 minutes on to 6 o'clock. Good morning to all those of you in the diaspora. Good morning. I want to take the time out and say good morning to Mr. Herman Stanislaus, Miss Mary Mason, Mikey Alexander, Oliver Joseph, Mr. Alexander, right, Kuchim. Yeah, out there in Tivoli. They were all part of the SAS Class of 76 reunion that just concluded. All right. Good morning to you folks. Yeah. My partner Urban Mason, good morning, good morning. Petlin and the folks out there in Munich in St. Andrew. I want to say good morning to the folks at Deco Service Station, man. Good morning to you. All right, let's now look at the thought of the day. The thought of the day today is, if you are not ready for the risk, then be prepared for a normal life. Yeah. If you are not ready for the risk, then be prepared for a normal life. To have an interesting life, you got to take the risk. Risk is important. Risk is, you can't stay in your comfort zone and expect exceptional things to happen. You've got to take some risk, all right? And you don't always win. What's buzzing this morning? A foundation is being born to help keep Grenada's roads safer and minimize accident. Okay. The brainchild behind this initiative is the father of Grenada's latest road fatality victim. Morning, Mr. Sylvan McIntyre. Good morning to you and the family. Yeah, still in the process of mourning. Well, it's okay to mourn. Just be strong, all right? Government is working towards cleaning Grenada's records for long-standing debts, improving revenue collection, and seeking new ways to access financing. That's also buzzing this morning. Also buzzing, Pan Expressions. The New Dimension Steel Orchestra is the winner of the Pan Expressions 2023. As you know, the competition was held on Sunday at the Tantin Netball Court. Yeah, this year I'm gonna stick behind the Pan movement. As a matter of fact, I think I will write a Pan song. Pan in the air. Okay, and we also heard that the Riversali Saraka was another success. It took place on the weekend, the Friday night to be precise, Friday afternoon into the night. Okay, so that's also buzzing. Tam CC, the performance of 4 Grenadian law students has resulted in an accolade for the T. Marisho Community College, although they did not advance to the final round of the just concluded annual Antigua and Barbuda Mooting Association's Fortis Advocatus Moot Court competition. Congratulations, kudos, Grenada again. All right. And we also see that 3 organizations are combining efforts to find alternative ways to feed animals and fertilize crops in a more cost-effective way. That's good. So these are the stories that are buzzing this morning, and when we get back after the news, we'll have the conversation. So just a quick reminder, the word for the day is the word hackles, and it is spelled Hackles. It is a noun, and it refers to the hairs along the back and neck of an animal, especially a dog, that are capable of being raised to a stiff, upright position, as when a dog is frightened or angry. All right, and the thought of the day is, if you are not ready for the risk, then be prepared for a normal life. All right, going out, take the chances. Life is about chances. You remember Rootsman Kelly had a song about, no, not Rootsman Kelly, Jamu had a song on that, take your chances. All right, I want to say happy birthday to Asia Mason from Walker in St. Andrew. You're celebrating your birthday today. It's your 9th birthday. Greetings coming from all your family and close friends. Wishing you a fulfilled day at school today, Asha. All right, have a good one. Good, nice. Someone says here, good morning, Gordon. You sure looked innocent. Have a blessed day, you and all at GBN. That's on our WhatsApp platform. Hello, good morning. Cheers to another life. Hello, good morning, Innocent. Cheers to another day of life. Please remind drivers who have birthday today or over the holiday weekend to have their driver's license renewed. All right? Good. And, okay. I like this one. I was intent on going and jog, I said I would go and jog on mornings. But then I read in the Bible that only the wicked run when nobody is chasing them. So I ain't running again. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Folks, it's time for us to take that break from this here. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather on Classic. And those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Quickly before we run off our Facebook page, good morning, Innocent. Thank you for the excellent job that you are doing. Have a blessed day, everyone. Okay, right. Donalyn Dominic, okay, I read this. Marilyn Gordon, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gordon. Mikaja? Something Kwashi. How do you pronounce that? Innocent, I like how you juxtapose the word of the day with the politics of yeah, I do a good job of that. All right. Okay, folks, we've got to break it off here. Those of you who have to leave us here, have a safe day. Enjoy it. Go on out and take your chances. Take your chances. All right? Nice. So we take the break. We come back after this with the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Don't you go anywhere. Stay with us.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. A foundation is being born to help keep Grenada's roads safer and minimize accidents. The brainchild behind the initiative is the father of Grenada's latest road fatality victim. Beverly Tellisford has the details.
The Asha McIntyre Foundation for Road Safety arose from the March 6 accident, which ended the life of Asha McIntyre, son of former Superintendent of Police Sylvan McIntyre. The foundation plans to tackle road safety through education and advocating for change in general road practices and laws. First on the agenda for the newly forming foundation is creating awareness about road safety. Jude Hector is a member of the foundation's executive board.
Right, so I think road safety has to be elevated to the national level, where we all aware of what the issues are. And then I think of the road, now the road is a common space. Wherever you have multiple persons sharing a common space, there has to be protocol. Yes. There has to be an understanding that we all have a responsibility to ensure that we treat it so that we're not encroaching on other people's rights and so on. So I believe there has to be almost like a breakdown of exactly what the roads are, how do we use it, what some of the protocols. I mean, some of it has already been established by the police, but as a general population, I think I'm seeing more and more sometimes a disregard for the protocols that govern safety on the road.
In its quest to make the road safer, the board members of the foundation have come up with a number of proposals and are hoping to work with the Ministry of Transportation, the Royal Grenada Police Force, and civil society to see them through. Sylvan McIntyre explains.
Having a police officer or police warden to help people cross is not solving the problem. You can't have police officers there 24 hours. It would not happen. Exactly. So we think that there are a number of things that we can do there. We we can help in some way to influence an overpass where it can go over the road and people can continue. We are hoping that we're going to influence having rails in some areas, having sidewalks in some areas, and so on. And one of the bigger things that we would hope to see on that highway is to have a memorial, like a board for persons who died. We are about seeking out the statistics for the number of accidents in that area, because we believe that a traffic engineering study needs to be conducted in that area and to implement corrective measures to deal with the traffic issue, particularly in that area. So we're looking at electronic signs.
McIntyre is calling for penalties to be used as a deterrent against dangerous driving.
Unfortunately, RGPF, the speed humps and bumps, they're not working. They don't slow people down considerably. And we had to find a way of ensuring that the economy could roll and that ambulance and other things can move at a particular speed or so if they have to. So putting a policeman on the street at a particular time wouldn't work. The speed bumps are not working. And we want to ensure that there are other measures in place, that the penalties are able to speak to when somebody get into a particular zone, what speed they should have, the camera to capture that, and the penalties to complement that so that it forms a deterrent to persons who are using it.
32-year-old Asher McIntyre of Mount Hatman St. George lost his life along the Morris Bishop Highway in the wee hours of the morning of March 6, 2023, after being struck by a vehicle. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Government is working towards cleaning Grenada's records from long-standing debt, improving revenue collections, and seeking new ways to access financing. Sherry Ann Blackman-Stephen reports.
Grenada is working towards clearing up its outstanding debts owed to different countries in a bid to improve the country's creditworthiness. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell confirmed that government successfully negotiated a settlement of $5 million in long-standing debt arrears owed to the state of Libya, contracted in 1980s by the People's Revolutionary Government, the PRG. This was a major move made 4 months after winning the June 23, 2022 general elections. The Prime Minister says Trinidad and Tobago's debt is now next.
Main creditor that we need to address is the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, our sister CARICOM neighbor to the south, arising from monies that were advanced to Grenada in the aftermath of Hurricane Ivan and thereafter. And we are working on addressing that.
Grenada presently owes Trinidad and Tobago $31.5 million. Loan number 1 for $16.5 million was contracted in September of 2005. Loan 2 of $15 million was contracted in June 2013. The Grenadian leader says long-standing unresolved debts arrears to countries such as Algeria and Trinidad and Tobago have adversely affected Grenada's credit rating, placing the country in the category of selected default, or SD. To keep the financial wheels turning smoothly, the Prime Minister says, while debts are being cleared, the time-old method of raising revenue via taxes will be strengthened.
From 2024, we intend to embark upon a new tax system driven largely from a digital basis. The advantages of doing so is that, one, it actually reduces the cost of tax collection to the government.
Additional financing measures being looked at are carbon trading and climate change leverage for more concessionary financing. PM Mitchell said his administration is looking at having Grenada accredited to benefit from a number of climate change-related funding.
The Cabinet, for instance, on Monday, approved Grenada joining the partnership agreement between the OECS CARICOM and the Afrexim Bank. We are also looking at exploring the possibility of becoming a member of the Caribbean and Latin American Development Bank, which is in short known as CAF. The team at the Ministry of Finance is currently reviewing that situation with the hope that we can get cabinet approval in the not too distant future to also be able to partner with that institution.
The PM's announcements were made during a recent post-cabinet briefing. Cherry and Blackburn-Stephen, GBN News.
Next, the New Dimension Steel Orchestra is the winner of Pan Expressions 2023. The competition was held on Sunday at the Tantine Netball Court. Nisha Peters has details.
It was a fantastic Saturday for pan lovers as the dust settled on Pan Expression 2023. Nexa Credit Union New Dimensions were named the champions, amassing a total of 278 points. Their rendition of Earth, Wind and Fire's Fantasy gives New Dimension 6 Pan Expression titles under its belt. Taking up the second position was Republic Bank Angel Harps with 259 points. Co-op Bank Comancheros had to settle for third with 245 points, and Grand Roy Pan Angels fourth with 194 points. Senator Claudette Joseph addressed the competition on behalf of the Minister for Culture. She reaffirmed government's commitment to the development of PAN.
The government pledges its continued support through the NLA and through other agencies of government and the Ministry of Culture to the Steel Band Association in all of its endeavors. We recognize that in order for steel band music to grow and to blossom and to transcend into something better than that which we know, government support is essential.
Meanwhile, Derek James, Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Pan Association, says that there is a need for Pan to be taught in schools.
Well, we are trying to, first of all, to get a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Culture, and that is in the draft stages, and we hope to conclude that pretty soon with the ministry. And we're also hoping to get back the Pan officer, the steel band officer in the Ministry of Culture, to go back like the same job that David Peck Edward was doing. We're hoping that that will be established pretty soon. If you look at the amount of children, as I said earlier, that are playing pan, there's no reason why we should not have pans in the school.
He went on to say that steel pan needs to find its rightful place in a carnival.
We have to go back and find a way to really put steel band back where it belongs in carnival. And if we don't do that, what we're seeing today is the Japanese and so on taking our pan music and making more use of it than us. If we don't stop the erosion of that part of our culture, we are going to cry in later days to come. So I think we went wrong by how some of the modernized, as you may call it, songs for carnival, and they have not really given equal attention to steel band music as we develop.
The Panorama event is traditionally held the Saturday before Carnival. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Another successful River Sally Siraka completed. The event, which takes place on the first Friday after Easter, is a community-based event that incorporates families and foods from various communities. Christina John was there and has this report.
Another successful rollout to the River Sally Siraka, according to organizers. The day's activity kicked off with the traditional blowing of the conch shell and drumming through the villages, signaling to cooks that it's time to get the pots on fire. Siraka is a means of paying homage to our ancestors and also celebrating a bountiful harvest. Villagers had some of the biggest pots on firewood, cooking up the traditional meals that would later be served. Anika Edwards is the chairperson of the River Sally Organization for Development.
River Sally is a community that, we have something that is authentic to us, something that means a lot to us, and for that reason, we can boast about our Siraka. Our Siraka always takes place after harvest. Harvest was yesterday, and today we participate in this Feast of Thanksgiving. This year we have 29 families cooking, so we had 29 households cooking today. And we are grateful for that because that shows that the community is taking part in our Feast of Thanksgiving, which is Siraka. We're also elated to see the amount of people that are here to celebrate Siraka with us.
Donalyn Watson Henry, project officer of the Grenada Cultural Foundation, says their mandate is to preserve Grenada's cultural heritage.
What I can say is I'm looking, last year we reintroduced the best tray competition competition. And the person who won last year, she would have won again this year. And when you looked at her tray, she came out to win. It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. There are specific elements coming out of the tray that you're looking for, and the fact that she won meant that she would have captured everything that the judges were looking for. We had 3 judges, 2 coming out of the Division of Culture, and 1 a private individual who, I mean, is deeply rooted in our cultural heritage. So that was another element that we brought in. Despite the fact that we're having issues with our lights, it didn't stop persons from being a part of the eating on the blogger leaves. Now we say the banana leaves because it's easier to say, but really and truly it's blogger leaves we're eating on because it's stronger. I mean, we have so many rich heritage, rich culture. It's amazing when you try to understand exactly why something is done, the way in which it's done. They actually have a specific meaning to every single thing, and that was brought to perspective tonight when we witnessed the layout of the trays and what everything on that tray represented. So the fact that persons are being a part of this, they're excited about it, means that we are doing something good.
Watson Henry says a number of persons have partnered with them to make it the success it was. She was also impressed by the turnout of patrons from all over Grenada and beyond to be a part of the festivities.
This year we have partnered with the Tourism Authority, Lotto. They have been some of our prominent partners for this year. The government of Grenada, of course, they are 100% behind us. We have the Ministry of Culture, the Division of Culture, and Ministry of Social Services, Social Development. These are some of our key sponsors, and I can't really call them sponsors because they are no longer sponsors. They are family, they are partners, and they have been instrumental in ensuring that this Saraka is a success, and I can boast that it has been a success. What we are witnessing here tonight is another element of the River Sally Saraka, the final part I should say, because after the feast we had the harvest yesterday, and this is the final chapter of the River Sally Saraka, which is headed by the Live Sally organization for development, and they have been instrumental in ensuring that this part of our cultural heritage is kept alive. With Happy, Anne-Marie, Anna's home, these are the ones that has been steering this ship to wherever we have to go, and what we're aiming at is a successful event, and we've had
The performance of 4 Grenadian law students has resulted in accolades for the T.A. Marisho Community College, although they didn't advance in the final round of the just concluded annual Antigua and Barbuda Mooting Association's Fortis Advocatus Moot Court competition. My colleague Nisha Paul has the details.
So our impressed with their oral advocacy skills. Unfortunately, the Grenadian teams did not advance to the final round, and so the highest scoring prosecution and defense would have come from the Antigua State College. However, I have to reiterate how impressed we all were with the performance of the Grenadian teams.
TAMCC law students Sherika Hippolyte, Gabrielle Walters, Jada Glean, and Fidel Stewart were among the competing teams for the prosecution and defense that traveled to Antigua last month to participate in the semi-final round of the competition.
It was a really exciting and amazing experience, and a learning one at that. We got the ability to pretty much develop our analysis skills, time management as well, because we also had to juggle schoolwork. Also, it prepared us to build our advocacy skills, speaking in front of judges, also being legal profession. So I think that exposure was really, really important for us, and we learned so much.
Collectively, the Grenadians amassed the most points to bring home the award for Best Academic Institution.
The 2 teams that have allocated the most points in both the oral advocacy round, collectively in both the oral advocacy round and the written submission. The written memorials. The written memorial, I've been a stickler for reading and writing, but doing this in a legal sense, it really had helped me develop my research and analysis skills. From this competition, my passion for law has now been reignited. I see how passionate it is I am about law. So this experience for me really helped with that, and I'm honestly grateful. I have no complaint.
This was the first time law students from Grenada were invited to participate in the competition.
This exposure that this institution had gotten, I think that would be really good, and we should really take something away and actually start maybe implementing a similar, with the way we teach, implementing something similar to that, having noting on campus itself, within the institution itself. We don't have to go outside, but we can do something to kind of show our students, okay, this is what you're getting into, and then some would know, okay, this is not really for me, or maybe this is actually what I like. Because from this, I learned that I don't like the quote aspect. Well, somewhat. I don't really like the quote aspect, but I like the research and writing aspect. That kind of exposure is important for you deciding where you go with your career.
The aspiring legal practitioners are preparing to sit the May-June Cape Law Unit 1 and Unit 2 exams, with plans to continue pursuing their education at the university level. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Three organizations are combining efforts to find alternative ways to feed animals and fertilize crops in a more cost-effective way.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives is collaborating with the University of the West Indies and the Food and Agricultural Organization towards managing agricultural production via training. The training, cost-effective risk management options for agriculture and livelihoods, comprises two components, a theory session at the National Stadium and a practical aspect at the Maribor Propagation Station. The sessions showcased techniques for optimal fertilizer application, compost building, and livestock feeding to extension assistants and crop and livestock farmers. According to Ministry of Agriculture's representative Gregory Del Sol, the significance of this training is knowing the alternative approaches to the methods currently being used.
UE provided us with these three facilitators, Dr. leading the team. That would give us a lot of cost-effective measures that we could do in terms of compost building, proper fertilizer applications, because a lot of times in this country, farmers tend to waste fertilizer. We put more fertilizer than we need to actually apply to the crops. Number two, we need to, he also talked about soil testing. We need to do that a bit more so we know exactly what the soil needs, not just by guesswork.
Dr. Gios Eudoxy, Senior Lecturer of Soil Science at the University of the West Indies, together with Dr. Martin Hughes, an animal production specialist and nutritionist, highlighted the composition of the resources and how best to manage them efficiently.
I think we were able to provide some very low-hanging fruits, including, for instance, understanding how a simple thing like where you place your fertilizer and how much of that fertilizer you use is so critical to your ability to use efficiently. And similarly, on the side of the feeds, I think we were able to show that when you are creative and you think about the alternative feed substrates that are available, you can, particularly for ruminant animals, produce a more reasonable cost substitute for what we already have on the market. The major areas, I think, is the improvement in our productivity. One of the sore points for us in terms of our production is that we are very low in terms of where the yield potentials of most of our crops are. And by changing very slight practices, there's a great opportunity for us to increase that.
These strategic measures are aimed at improving the efficiency of both farmers and extension assistants. Brenda Phillip, extension assistant, and Kenneth Charles, a farmer, says the training they received was a source of empowerment to them.
We learned very much about the deep placing the fertilizer into the soil instead of on the surface as we normally do. and we were shown the advantages of doing that. For example, fertilizer left on the surface in hot sun, most of the nitrogen would vaporize. So before the plant could get it, you would have lost most of it. So when you cover it into the soil, it is there for a longer while and more accessible to the plants.
Mission relating to not just soil fertility, but building your soil and helping the farmer to understand what he needs to do to improve his soil condition for better production, and also to enhance the fertility in terms of delivering all the minerals and the required nutrition that the plant would need to survive and to produce in a healthy manner.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
A local resort rewarded loyal guests last week. GBN's Joseph Kador caught up with the team at the Tower Estate in St. Paul.
Reunion Week at Sandals is an annual event where past guests of the resort are invited back for a week of fun in the sun. Guests get to enjoy all the amenities of the resort as well as special events and activities planned just for them. Some guests boast of having accumulated in excess of 400 nights at the resort.
Pleasure to come back to Sandals because we do they treat us as family, we treat them as family, and it makes a very relaxing vacation.
One other thing, though, just something we mentioned the other day. We were walking to breakfast or, again, food, and I said, this is one of the friendliest islands. Every single person, there was a gardener, there was housekeeping, just everything. Good morning, how are you?
Among the activities planned was lunch at the Tower in St. Paul's. Built in 1913 and nestled on 5 acres of land filled with fruits, spice, and wood trees, the location provides the ideal convergence of timeless history and engaging culinary delight.
For me, it's nothing really hard that I could create. Maybe I could say a fusion because experience from European and you have an Asian touch of spices and herb, and then you can create a menu that some people you can say, oh, different flavor because of the spices and herb that we can find in Grenada.
The estate is owned and managed by the Slinger family.
I guess it's a little bit of everything, and it is family run still, and so it's very, I think that authenticity that you're actually living here, it's part of what you're doing, the farm is active, the garden is active. I think that sort of is what does that also, and most people, they just, the breeze, the sound of the birds, we don't use pesticides, everything's wandering around, and just it's a very peaceful location to spend a little time.
The Sandals Select Guest Reunion Week was established by Sandal Resorts International to honor and thank its longtime clients for their loyalty.
We recognize them for coming back, for their loyalty, for their dedication, the commitment to the brand Sandals, not just Sandals, but beaches. And this week is really just dedicated to celebrating every aspect of their commitment.
The Sandal Loyalty Program is designed to give guests the best possible experience when vacationing at Sandals Resort. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
Grenada is a small island rich in history, and today's pinch of valuable history lies in Nonpareil, St. Mark's. It's time for your GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Our ISAW reporter submitted a photo of this bridge located at Nonpareil St. Mark's on Crayfish Bay Estate. It is reported to be the oldest bridge in Grenada and among the oldest bridges in the Caribbean. The bridge is said to have been built around the 1830s in England, after which it was transported to Grenada in sections and reassembled by local slave labor. The construction of this bridge allowed people and animals to have access to the adjoining property on the former plantation. Made of cast iron, it is an example of early historic ironwork and fine craftsmanship and skills. Designed with both durable strength and ornate beauty, the intricate details of its impressive design easily distracts from the sordid memories, history, and stories of those who must have traversed over the bridge in the past. We thank our ISA reporter for that submission. We encourage you to send your photo and ISA submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Maroon and String Band Music Festival, Friday, April 28th to Sunday the 30th. 3 days of intense and rich cultural diversity on display. Day 1, Friday, April 28th, Piano Village, 6 a.m. The opening rituals, wetting of the ground and blowing the shell. 3 p.m. sharing of the smoked food, Saraka style, into the flambeau parade and official opening ceremony. Day 2, Saturday from 11 a.m. Strings in the City, downtown Hillsborough transforms with the sweetness of live string band music. Then at 7:30 p.m. we all journey to the Botanical Gardens for cultural explosion, and the night ends with a stirring performance from Sabrina Francis and Solid the Band. Sunday, April 30th, day 3, Sunday's party night. It's all about the bands from 4 p.m. at Paradise Beach. Come see performances from cultural groups and Kiriku's live bands. It's a long weekend, so we're gonna make it an all-nighter. Saturday tickets cost $40. Sunday tickets cost $20. Groups of 10 pays a special price, $50. Kiriku Maroon and String Band Music Festival. Let's celebrate our traditions and culture. They fortify us against adversities.
All right, good morning, and welcome back. Welcome back to this segment this morning. It's 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and it's time for the conversation. Before we get into the conversation, let's just do a quick recap of what happened here on that segment. We had the word of the day being hackles, Hackles, and hackles refers to the hairs along the neck and back of an animal, especially a dog, that are capable of being raised to a stiff, upright position, as when a dog is frightened or angry. All right, so that was the word of the day. The thought of the day was, if you are not ready for the risk, then be prepared for a normal life. And I love that. Nadisha out there in a cafe, good morning to you. How are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. Hope all is well, all right? Okay, good. 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and the conversation this morning. The Asha Foundation is born to help keep Grenada's roads safer and to minimize accidents. The brainchild behind the initiative is the father of Grenada's latest road fatality. That's Asha McIntyre's dad, Sylvan. All right, government is working towards cleaning Grenada's records from long-standing debts, improving revenue collections, and seeking new ways to access financing. All right, we saw that Nexa's New Dimension Steel Orchestra won the Pan Expressions on Sunday. Okay, what else is buzzing? And the successful staging of the just completed River Sally Saraka. And This one, I like this. The performance of 4 Grenadian law students resulted in an accolade for the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Although they did not advance to the final round of the just concluded annual Antigua and Barbuda Mooting Association's Fortis Advocatus, the moot court competition. They did not win, they did not move into the final, but they performed exemplary, so they were awarded, they were given an accolade. And also we see that 3 organizations are combining efforts to find alternative ways to feed animals and fertilize crops in a more cost-effective way. These are the stories that are buzzing this morning, so you can call in. But there's something I want to throw out, all right? I just thought I'll throw this out to see what is your take and what sort of response you'd give to that. I am, and that's personal, all right? I am of the opinion that as it relates to the politics in Grenada, we should get rid of the colors. You're wondering what I mean by that? Leave out the colors, okay? So no longer can someone be identified with a color of the jersey that they are wearing and this sort of things like that. All right? Election. I kept saying that since June last year. Election is a season. All right? It's a season. Subsequent to that season, just like the Easter season has just concluded, all right, and things go back to normal, everybody gone back to work and so forth. After the election season, I would love to see things just go back to normal and stop this party color lines fighting. We have a caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, morning. How are you doing?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Me too. Great. About time. What you have shown over there, I support that with my life, innocent. People have the right to be in a democratic society, so you choose side A or side B, and I do respect that. But when an issue arises and it's wrong, I pray God that we reach that level of maturity, regardless to who I would have voted for. And that policy is wrong. I should be man enough and courageous and honest enough and say, hey, listen, I think that economic policy or that legal policy is incorrect. I wish we could do that in Grenada. Sometimes we ignore reality. For example, this new administration, I don't think they deserve to be criticized on everything. They have done things that I do believe is justified in criticizing, but not everything. So I would like for this to engulf the nation if we can be enveloped in such a philosophy. And this is the only way we are going to be able to go forward as a people. Okay, my brother, have a nice day.
You too. Thanks. Have a good one yourself, okay? It's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Yulin Alexander, good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Pidi Martinique. Blessings to all on this terrific Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, everyone, from New York. All right, Mildred Mildred Smith says, good morning, Mr. IGG. Hope you had a good night. I am having a cup of hot cocoa tea and a fish cake with you. What's in your tea? Coffee. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent, and morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Welcome to the program.
Now, just to respond a little to it, but dynamite substantive point. About the color, we have to be extremely honest. This color thing came after 95. Before 95, there was no really issue with color. People disagree and so on. After 95 and the partly Jamaicization of politics in Grenada, led by the NNP, make no doubt about it, we have had this problem. And don't forget, in 84, when the election, they had the thing, vote for the best, forget the rest. And who had the aeroplane in the air? People, we can't cover things. So I agree that we have to be able to relate to each other, not on the basis of color and party, but on the basis of the general interest of all of us.
Let me ask you a question. Caller, could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In your humble opinion, right, is there anything that you can put your finger on that the NNP administration has done throughout its occupancy of government that you would say was commendable? Could you find anything?
Well, I mean, there's hardly anything, but let's not go there. I mean, I want to bring something that is even more important to us, which we No, probably we could discuss that in another situation. But it's like trying to say, well, okay.
So in essence, you're pleading the fifth.
Huh?
In essence, you're pleading the fifth on this one.
No. I could discuss that. Let me also if you give me time, let me give it. I lead an organization, okay? And there's hardly any time we could have praised that the former government. But there was a couple times, for instance, when they decided to impose the 150 and ship-generated waste. When all the hotel association and all the business people and them was against that because they say tourism wouldn't come here and that, and we said we endorsed that. I mean, led by me, and also that the government should impose a further. It should be $10. So, but one saying is that, but we're not cherry picking what's good and bad. If the overall, we are worst off. Having been led by this group. In fact, I don't listen to a number of programs in Grenada. The other day I was listening to came across something in which Ken Jones said, and he said that this group has been a cost to Grenada, and I agree with him. But let me deal with the substantive thing I wanted to deal with this morning. Is in fact we have a symposium on violence in Trinidad, and that is not trending. Violence in St. Lucia, we have serious problem in Jamaica, Haiti, crime, and you have a symposium in Trinidad, which I believe our Prime Minister is present, one of his representatives, and that is not important to us. Trinidad is 96 miles from here. The problem is violence there. We have seen people came from Tobago and really, attack a credit union in Carriacou in the last few years. And this event is happening in Trinidad. And that is not important for us. Something is wrong with us.
Okay, thank you, caller. I don't remember anyone saying it wasn't important. You understand? People talk about what they want to talk about. And we've been talking about crime for eons of years now. And in recent time, we've upscaled the conversation. So, 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Based on the topic you're talking about, but first, I would like to say, I don't follow up on people what they say. I make my own decision and judgment. And that caller is very disrespectful to all Grenadians because the Grenadian people have put the NMP government into power many times. So he's saying Grenadians are stupid. So I don't want you to entertain him. Okay. But anyhow, what I would say honestly is I believe the color has destroyed the relationship between the average Grenadian because I believe at the time when color was introduced, it was done in such a way that, you recognize yourself, I support this party, but we must keep together. We are one people, we want one nation. It destroyed a lot of things in Grenada because of color, and you support this party and this is my color, I go wear it. If you're working for a company that probably support the party in power, you will give your service at a lesser rate. I believe all that destroyed that in Grenada. And family-wise, we're living in a home, and you all support different parties. You all have arguments. And then animosity come into play.
But caller, let me ask you a question. What do you think is lacking? Because for us to take partisan politics so seriously that it interferes with the fabric of family life and communities and workplaces, what could be done to remedy the situation? Because in my opinion, politics, as I keep saying that, the election period is a season. It shows that we have not matured. We are not matured. Why can't we have opposing views and still be friends?
Yeah, I believe at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's just that I blame the politicians because the politicians tend to take color and divide the country. I believe that is what happened. It's unfortunate that went on, but thank God we are a loving nation. We don't have people killing each other because of a color. So I believe at the end of the day, when you look at it, the politicians is to be blamed because once that thing started, they should put a stop to it.
Okay.
But they maintain it.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. 26 minutes after 7 o'clock, that is the time. Love Child Kim says, I think Grenadians on a whole take that yellow and green to personal. It's time Grenadians need to forget about colors and come together to build a better Grenada. I couldn't agree with you more. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent. How you doing?
I ain't do yet, but if I get a chance, I go do, you know.
Why? I like that.
How you do?
I do, man. Listen, now, I want to speak a little on the road safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you send your children to school to learn English, maths, and other subjects. And everything based in your mind. So I'm wondering if they could add in, like, before you go on the road to drive, get somebody good one could get into your mind and teach you road safety, the value of life, even your own, other people's own. You have to pass a test before you get the license to drive on the road. I wonder if that will help, because even though you put up billboard and you put up everything is in your mind, when you go on the road, you don't study this thing, but if you get something in your mind, teach you about the value of the road before you get a license. I do believe perhaps you may be able to help these people and them.
Okay.
Because we're getting too much a sad story in on the road. You're losing your life, you're losing your breadwinner, everything, and it's just a hurting family. So I like the idea they're coming up with, but I wish they could have added something like send you in a classroom, just as how you have to go and drive several days before you get the license. Go in the classroom with that one and let it teach them something about safety, so they have that in their mind when they go on the road too. Then you may be able to help, I don't know, because something have to be done.
Sounds good.
You
all right, I'm still waiting on the smoker and sandwich, eh?
You don't come for it. And buy mango fast. So
I had enough mango in my lifetime, man. Oh gosh, man. Oh God.
But I can't forget where I come from.
I remember as a little boy, me and Snake and Cyrus and Amber and them going up in the car and sit down under the starch mango tree as though we sit down in a restaurant. What do you mango still? I have enough mango to last me a lifetime, man. Oh gosh.
So we used to go in a bucket, but now they tell you it was so plenty. For us, we didn't suffer with sugar, so we could have sucked a bag of mango.
Oh, well, maybe that's why I'm sweet so. Have a good day, darling. Have a good one. All right, this WhatsApp user, good morning, my dear lady. Always a pleasure to see your smiling face. She says, good morning, Innocent, your viewers and listeners. From the time this color thing became an institution, which was introduced by a Jamaican, I've been saying stop this color thing. It's bringing too much division and hatred among our people. However, in my opinion, election is an important event, not even a season. The campaigning may be a season. Imagine children going to the shop and refusing a lollipop based on color, and poor parents refusing yellow school books. That line is from Soursop and Song. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
How are you today?
I am alive and so very thankful. How about you?
All right, for now. What I want to talk about the colors. I saying they should get rid of these colors. Colors is too much of confusion and hatred, and and then not only the jerseys, but even the paint. But what I saw, that even the paint is not bad, but it's painting up all over the road and the markings, all of it. Instead of that, we know the colors. And we know, once we see the colors, we could know, well, it's that party that did that. Paint the bridgeheads, pedestrian crossing line, humps, do all these things. So if we're doing that, is maintenance, every 5 years we're doing that. You'll see how much, because I don't think the paint some of the paint will stay. So we'll have all these things repainting. And it will be doing a good. So don't paint road, do all of mark up. Use these paint for something else. But innocent, use a driver. All these little small bridge head and culvert heads on the side of the road, if these things are painted in white, you know the amount of accident and thing that will save. I am a driver and a rider, and I know what that is doing. Sometimes the bush, the grass, you can't see nothing, but if that little white is there, you can see.
Right.
Because that will help the driving.
Okay.
And then with the thing for the road safety, it's across the board. One of the main thing is the drivers. So it should have no question and nothing. You have certain limits. You do certain things. We take away your license.
Suspension and things like that.
Yes. So that is the only thing. If you have a child playing with something, then a toy and they take away the toy and they just get humble and try to do. You have to have penalty, rules, and law in everything. And once you don't want to execute that will spoil things. Because everything like that is come from the master. Rules, laws, whatever.
Right.
Everything. But say from the beginning, the master set it, but we want to break it.
Right. Thank you. Have a good one. All right. Happy birthday to you, Janisha Lessie. You're a student of TAM CC. May you enjoy your birthday to the fullest. I don't know who sent it, but I am taking the responsibility and send it to you. All right. So Innocent says, happy birthday to you, Janisha, and hope that you'll live to see many, many more birthdays to come. It's time for us to take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Are you or your organization interested in becoming an environmental protection and conservation volunteer? Well, this is your opportunity to serve. The Grenada Sustainable Development Trust Fund invites you and your organization to the launch of its Ecosystems Conservation Volunteer Program on Tuesday, April 18th, 2023 at the Grenada Trade Center Annex from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Keynote speaker, Mr. Van Bern Harry, CEO of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Conservation Fund. He will share the experience of SVG and how their program has helped to revolutionize efforts there. Come hear more on how you can become involved in this great initiative and pledge your participation by registering to become a volunteer. For more information, call telephone number 459-9402 or 410-1682 or email us at info@gsdtf.org or CEO@gsdtf.org. The Grenada Sustainable Development Trust Fund looks forward to partnering with you.
Records at the Traffic Department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation is on this morning. Before I take the telephone line, let me just go to a WhatsApp platform. Good morning, Mr. Host. Your first caller made a reference to a guy on a talk show that seems to have a serious gripe with Dr. Mitchell and NNP supporters. This same host is the one pushing a very divisive agenda and language. This guy literally is telling his listeners when they see Dr. Mitchell, tell him mash dog. NNP has radio talk show hosts that I have never heard preach such venom now. The party color is not a problem. It's people like that host that preaching this division. Politicians will be politicians. Okay. All right. Someone says, good morning. I believe that the authorities should have driving instructors who have a good driving record, who would not only do it as a form of income and showing young drivers how to pass an exam, but teaching them what is defensive driving, how to approach a corner. Thank you very much, caller. Not caller, but our WhatsApp. That one came from our WhatsApp. Hello, Innocent. Please send out birthday greetings to Dr. Roy Cape, that great saxophone player from Trinidad. Right, oh yeah, today is Roy's birthday in Trinidad. He has Grenadian roots, you know. Yeah, he has Grenadian roots. All right, let's see what's happening on our Facebook platform. Ernesto Jose, today will be an interesting day where we will have Parliament and the opposition leader will sit on the same side as MP Delma. After a week of say it all and more interesting, the opposition leader will be in her constituency this evening trying to damage control after she exposes retroactive justice against Pamela Moses, Kendra Stewart, and herself. I'm urging Delman not to attend Keith Mitchell meeting because it's snake only change skin, but it's still Ernesto. All right. Agnes Dowden, Mr. Innocent, good morning. Crying out to Nawasa for some water, please, in the Montparnasse, up in the coconut. Since Wednesday morning, we ain't get some water. Mr. Husbands, handle them people and them up there now. They're crying out. Cynthia Bay says, good morning. Alistair Warwood, colors have divided the country for no real reason. We drink the same water, we shop at the same grocery stores, and ride on the same buses. So why are we divided? I know. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Mr. Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
And how are you?
I am alive and so very thankful.
Right, thank you for that. I too join with those that believe that this color thing should be. I think we're taking the...
Could you turn down the volume in the back, please?
We're taking this color thing a little bit too far. Yeah, is it good?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that this hatred that people have for one another in the political field, I'm not supporting it at all. And what is going on there now in the NMP camp, I'm not in support of it.
Okay.
Right? I'm not in support of it. But I believe colors will always be there. But there should be places that you wear your colors. Right? And I think that is where it should be. You shouldn't be going to a public meeting and you're dressed in NMP colors or NDC colors.
Why not?
Right? It shows a kind of bad feelings to people. You know, if you go into an open forum where they're talking and things for the nation, you don't have to go there with any particulars.
Let me ask you a question. If you're checking a beautiful young lady, and you're going to visit her, would you pass in the back door or hide? Won't you want the world to know this is my lady?
Not all the time.
You have thing to hide.
Huh?
You have thing to hide or what?
Yes, sometimes you have to hide. Sometimes you have to hide.
All right, puppy. All right.
But I think we stretching our political hatred too far.
I just think, in my opinion, it's immaturity among the populace. The politicians are doing some damage as well, but as individuals, we have to reach that level of maturity that we have to agree to disagree at times.
Well, and that's what I believe in. The politicians do help to stretch that from both sides, all sides. But I believe, as much if I go to the shop, I don't concern about who is an NMP and NDC. What does that have to do? I don't concern a dance with an NDC and NMP.
What does that have to do with anything? After the election, okay, let's look at it this way. NDC won the last election on June 23rd.
And they deserve winning.
Right. And after election, all the people who were jumping up with the yellow colors and so forth, are they paying less for the pound of sugar in the shop now?
No.
So that's my point.
That's why
at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to.
I am going to support this government when I think things that they do is right. I'm not a supporter of the government, the party, but I will support the government when I think they do things that is right.
Okay.
When I think there are things that they do that is not right, I think I have the right to condemn it.
Okay.
And that is what I'll do and continue to do.
There's nothing wrong with objective criticism. Nothing is wrong with that.
And I will always give objective criticism. When they're wrong, I'll say they're wrong. When they're right, and if there's a matter I don't want to speak on, I'm not being forced to speak on it. I will hold my peace.
Okay.
But that is how I look at it.
Right.
And too much of this melee going on. It doesn't help in any respect.
Mawet they making.
Yeah.
Have a good one, caller.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. It's 17 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And let me see what's happening on the Facebook page. Paul, caller, what you have to hide, sir? A little like thing. Good morning, caller. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Okay, I just want to add my 2 cents as to the issue with the politics.
You can make a 25 cents instead of 2, boy?
Well, I'll make it 25.
All right.
Because, listen, I'm not of the view that politics should be a season. Because politics is basically, as Maurice Bishop said, is a bread and butter issue.
Not politics. Election. The election day, the elections.
But it still can be a season, because let me tell you something. Election could mean whether public officers retire in poverty or whether they get a gratuity or they get a pension. Elections could mean whether teachers and nurses remain on contracts for years and years and years and cannot advance. Election could mean whether, because you see, it deals with people and the governance of a country.
Okay.
So once you're dealing with the governance of a country, this issue is not just whether the flour in the shop remain at the same price or you pay in the same price. It's whether workers will retire, public workers will retire in poverty, whether they will get a pension, whether they have to match to get repayment in the dock salary. It's all these issues. These are the day-to-day issues that affect workers. So after the election, these issues will remain at the forefront.
Okay.
And you have to fight these issues through all the 5 years. Maurice Bishop said it's not just a bread and corn beef issue. You know.
Okay.
It's the long-term stability of workers, the prosperity of workers, the conditions of the road, the death of the country, and all these issues that affect us. So if we're just going to tie them to after the election over, we're not going to make progress.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. It's 15 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. 8 o'clock, workers, you should be entering the workplace just about now. Colors are nothing new in politics. The leaders have the responsibility to educate their followers and tone it down. I agree. So says Aaron Joseph. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I am alive and very thankful.
That's nice. I hear in your voice.
Okay, good.
I want to make 3 statements.
Make them quick.
Right. Now, there's a man have 15 tongue. 15 tongue using 4. He have 11 reserve. 2 to lie, 2 to lie, and 2 to laugh. Then he had 2 people alongside of him. He pitched them out. One is Mr. Fletcher. The next one is Exel Thomas, and a neighbor of mine from Guelph. She is the next one. Watch them. When you're done with them, watch how they end up. Mr. Fletcher, my neighbor, and Exel Thomas. Watch how them three people end up. With that man with that 15 ton using full, and he have 11 reserve.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. That man could write a Bible, boy. You know what to talk in parables. 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Alison Cox Osplund. Color is color. People have all right to wear whatever they want. Grenada is a free democratic country. It is like saying to a white man they cannot wear black. Oh, gosh. Good morning, caller. No, you ain't ready to talk to me yet. What happened to you? Yeah, let me see what's happening on our WhatsApp page. The WhatsApp is getting very interactive. All right, okay. Let's see. Speeches of Morris Bishop should be aired on TV and radio to remind. It has to remember us of politics. Well, it's to remind us of politics. Okay. You're saying that there are some folks that when you play Morris Bishop voice on radio, they're getting angry too. Innocent, the apostle who held the 3 days deliverance service at GBSS should do a cleansing of the St. George's Market, a thorough one too. What kind of water they use? That, you know? All right, Innocent, please allow me to comment on this one. I detest the way of the talk show host the man spoke about. But I want to remind him that 3 elections ago, Dr. Mitchell told his supporters on a campaign platform, when they come in your yard, tell them, march dog. And he was, oh my goodness. And he was referring to the NDC campaigners. And herein lies the hatred. The politicians must become civilized. As my partner up Malmont area would say, all you had to stop that. Good morning, Mr. Innocent. I would like some water in Mount Parnassus. Since Thursday, we had, oh my God, Nawasa. Oh boy, Nawasa, good morning. Try to help them out now. Good morning, Gordon. Blessed day to you. I wish Delma Thomas was in NDC party. Can we exchange her with Claudette Joseph? Listen. Folks, we got to take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
To you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Welcome back to the wrap on the program this morning. Let's quickly go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hello, Mr. Innocent.
Good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Hi,
yeah,
welcome.
Mr. Innocent. I'm very, very glad that I got you.
Okay.
You yourself might hate me. I don't care. You all have problem, or we have problem. What is responsible for the problem is the thing you all call education. And I've already said education is the all-round development of the individual. It's time that you try to get rid of some of these bad cells people have in their brain. People are educating the people the wrong way. They are not educating the people to think independently. They have been guided, and they take things what people say, and they do not analyze it.
Right.
They do not strip it. Please don't go and say, I mean to strip it as how you strip cloth, you know. They do not strip it. They do not think. They accept what people say. Nobody could put me. In fact, I don't like any particular party. So this color business, I'm color blind. So people talking, I wanted to say stupidness about color.
No, but you can't use that word on my program.
Yes. but the problem is we have to teach people to think
Okay.
critically.
Well, listen, you need to go back in the classroom, eh?
No, but they won't put me because all of you all hate me. People may call me and say, look the man not talking stupidness. But I'll still continue to talk stupidness.
Did anybody tell you that I extended condolences to you yesterday on the passing of your brother?
Who told you that?
You know.
Well, look as I'm a known man.
Yes.
When I walk in St. George's and other place, look the man.
Yeah, I just pass you sometime, and when you're passing the young ladies, I say, wow.
I'm not even thinking about young ladies. I'm thinking about middle age and old age. Anyhow, let's go ahead.
Have a good one.
I confidently believe we have to change this system. Whether the other parts of the world don't change it, we have to change it.
Okay.
In fact, if people educate people, you wouldn't see people driving recklessly. And I've already said, they have to change the system of the examination with the drivers. This is what you have to do.
So we need to go on.
Everybody knows likely the question they have to ask.
We need to go on an education drive.
No, they won't want me because my price would be there. And I said it already.
Okay.
Nobody knows me. They feel they know me.
But I know you.
But that knowing is more than that.
Huh? That what you feel? I know you inside out, Papi.
All right, okay, no problem.
Have a good one.
Well, you too innocent.
Have a good one, yeah? Have a good one.
No, I'm serious, you know.
Yeah, I know you're serious, all right? But
I'm serious.
Right, okay.
It's not teachers alone that have to educate people in school.
No, it's a community effort.
In fact, people give me, well, I wanted to say, past students, giving me $100 because they like what I say. Even if I talk now, they'll call me and say, Mr. So, I know it's you that will say that.
Okay.
Why?
All right.
In fact, yesterday, a police, an individual, a driver was involved with the police. He come giving me the report. Why should he have to give me the report? And in the future, we were enemy.
In the
I
past.
say enemy,
In the past.
I don't mean I hated him.
In the past, not in the future. In the past.
Yes. No. He come in and tell me what police did him.
Okay.
So he looking for some kind of I can't find the word because it's hurting me to see what is happening in Grenada.
All right.
Grenada people must build themselves. They must not having 40 and 50 CFC.
So what happened? What
That's
happened?
what I don't say. Because a lot of people believe examination.
Papi, we had to go.
Yes, examination is education. It's time that we get rid of that.
All right.
A man no going to have GC or CHC.
Thanks for
and he's more educated than people think.
Thanks,
As
Papi.
for me, I don't have CHC.
Thanks,
Same
Papi.
as GC.
Papi, thanks. Okay, have a good day.
No other exam.
Have a good day, Papi. All right?
This is what this time is.
Thank you. Hey, I mean, come on, man. Oh, gosh, man. What? All right, we're wrapping up now, and Alistair Warwood Sr. says, the colors are together on the flag. The national anthem beckons us to live and grow as one people. Stupidity divides us. Love Child Kim says, my friend and I support different parties. I'm Democratic, she's Republican. We don't allow differences in parties to come between our relationship. Grenadians is special when it comes to politics. All right, let's entertain this final caller. Good morning, caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Yes, good morning. I don't know if you had a particular topic, but I want to make a contribution concerning driving.
You have to make it brief because we have to run to the BBC. Thank you.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Right. Yeah, I'm just like to say that one of the problems we have on the road is that drivers is not observing obstruction on the road as they go along. Whenever there's an obstruction on the road, based on my observation on the side of the driver, they don't seem to want to slow down. They want to intrude on the side of the other driver.
Okay.
All right? And I want to make a brief suggestion. Going forward, what they need to do is to introduce, as part of the exam, hazard perception tests. The driver need to have this hazard perception test where they are able to identify the various obstruction on the road and hazard on the road and so on as part of the test before they do the theory test.
Okay.
Something as this is done in the UK, and it's something that they can do here in Grenada and so on.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
That's what I would say.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, right? All right, folks, this is where we got to pull the program this morning. For those of you who participated one way or the other, thank you for being a part of the program. And we really enjoyed the program this morning. You know what? While we were on this, I have a very, very interesting topic bubbling in my mind for tomorrow. I don't usually do that, all right? I don't think on a program, but when I see the level of passion that you show to this little topic this morning, you forget everything else. All right, we forget we got accolades for TAMCC. We forget the Prime Minister and the finance team trying to, look at new avenues for financing and so forth. All they're talking about party colors. Tomorrow, have a nice topic planned. Let's hope it goes well. Thanks for being a part of the program. We've got to wrap it up here. Bye for now.